And you're tuned into Radio Havana, Cuba's international broadcast from our studios here in the Cuban capital. Veteran and much-traveled Cuban journalist Alberto de David, better known in these parts as ADD, is up next with his daily commentary on Cuba. Let's hear from you, ADD.
The minds of millions of Spanish citizens will remember the images of President Mariano Rajoy as he declared as a witness before the National Court of Justice, examining a serious case of corruption involving the governing party, or Popular Party, which is ruling Spain despite the fact that it lacks parliamentary majority. It is the first time in the history of Spain that a government is summoned to answer questions posed by parliament members who over 2 hours question him about the details of a plot involving at least 30 people. The investigations opened 10 years ago after charges leveled by an entrepreneur who was then member of the Popular Party, one Francisco Correa, who admitted that he had paid sums of money to local leaders in several cities in exchange for juicy contracts. This major scandal, known in Spanish history as Gürtel, the German translation of the main defendant's last name, led to the uncovering of a double accounting system kept by that right-wing political formation, directly pointing its dirty finger to Luis Bárcenas, the party's treasurer, who funneled substantial illegal cash payments to the Popular Party's top leadership. The plot of widespread corruption among the Popular Party's leadership led to its losing the confidence of the voters, who handed out a major defeat, following which it had to negotiate alliances with other political formations in order to stay in power. Although Mariano Rajoy led the party for 11 years and was the head of the electoral campaign on several occasions, he claimed that he was unaware of any illegal activity involving several of his colleagues in the top party leadership. Rajoy claimed that he was only managing the party's political affairs and that he did not recall having attended any party leadership meeting to cook the books of that institution. If Rajoy's statements are true, and anyone could wonder, how is it possible that the leader of a major party with a budget of hundreds or perhaps thousands of millions of euros did not know nor was interested in learning the amount, origin and destination of such huge amount of money? There are only two alternatives to this case. Either Rajoy is a major accomplice of the plot, or, as head of the Popular Party, he was incredibly inept to the extent of allowing the operation of a massive corruption ring under his own nose. In either case, he's guilty. The leaders of the opposition parties in Spain labeled as shameful the statement of Rajoy before the court examining the case and have asked him to resign. Members of the Spanish parliament are demanding that Rajoy be questioned by a full parliamentary session. The political crisis and the collapse of the president's credibility has not stopped the Spanish government from insultingly meddling in other nations' internal affairs, such as Venezuela. The Spanish leadership should remember that our region fought to win its independence from Spanish colonial rule 2 centuries ago, and is no longer obedient to the former colonial power. Rajoy should learn to respect the nations and people that were able to kick Spanish and other colonial armies back to their own continent. And this, friends, has been Radio Havana Cuba's editorial comment for today. I am Alberto de Pérez.
It was 64 years ago, July 26, when Fidel Castro and a group of young Cubans attacked Montreal barracks in Santiago de Cuba with a simultaneous assault by other young revolutionaries on the Carlos Manuel Gosese's barracks in Bayamo, the two among the largest military fortresses in Cuba at that time. On the occasion, Radio Havana Cuba spoke via telephone with the President of Bolivia, Evo Morales, for an opinion on what those actions by Fidel Castro in Cuba in 1963 meant at the continental level. Here's what President Evo Morales has to say.
Una fecha histórica, una fecha inmortal junto a Fidel.
It is an historic day, an immortal day associated with Fidel. Ever after, throughout Latin America, military dictatorships were fought by rebellions, rising seeking sovereignty, and the dignity and the rights of Latin American people. 64 years ago today, very sure of himself, very courageously, with great social awareness, with great commitment to the integration of our peoples, Fidel, at the head of a group of young Cubans, attacked Montreal barracks, ushering in a new chapter in history that brought an end to dictatorships, domination, and imposition. I am convinced that a day like today is and forever will be unforgettable. Unfortunately now without Fidel. But Fidel will always be present during these historic days. He's not physically with us, but his thinking, his ideas of liberation will forever be present. His work is there to be seen, and we will continue to reflect on that great brother, that great man who gave his life, his time, his everything to the greater human. In Bolivia, we pay tribute to Brother Fidel, and also to the courageous people of Cuba, who stood up for its sovereignty and for that of all Latin America. Those historic developments of 64 years ago in Cuba were a rebellion for emancipation and an example for all of Latin America. It signaled the beginning of other revolutions at the hands of the younger generation.
During our dialogue with President Evo Morales, who brought to his attention that 2017 marks the 50th anniversary of the death in Bolivia of Commander Ernesto Che Guevara.
Rápidamente pasó 50 años la partida de Guevara, pero él, Fidel, otro hombre inmortal.
50 years have quickly gone by since the departure of Che Guevara. But Che, like Fidel, is also immortal, a man who never stopped struggling, who showed commitment until the day of his death. His assassination was a source of grief, but today, like Fidel, is a symbol of liberation for our people. The Cuban Embassy in Bolivia is organizing, along with social movements, a function to mark the 50th anniversary of Che's death. This will not be a day's event. It will extend for a whole week, with exhibitions, debates, and different cultural activities, all dedicated to Che and his commitment with anti-imperialist struggle. They are now threatening with wars, with interventions, but the threats coming from the United States fit the anti-imperialist spirit.